Good evening. Our news summary. The Cabinet has approved a series of significant policy and legislative measures aimed at strengthening governance, modernizing public institutions, and improving road safety across the country. This was during a meeting held yesterday at State House, chaired by President Patrick Emini.
Among the decisions, Cabinet has given the green light for the drafting of an Unexplained Wealth Act. The proposed legislation will include non-conviction-based asset recovery provisions, enhancing the country's ability to target proceeds of crime and combat illicit enrichment. The move is expected to further reinforce the national legal framework in addressing financial crimes. In the media sector, Cabinet has approved the Seychelles Broadcasting Corporation Bill 2026, which will repeal and replace the existing 2011 Act. The new bill seeks to modernize the legal and institutional framework governing public service broadcasting. It introduces measures to strengthen editorial independence, improve governance and accountability, and support digital transformation. Additionally, it establishes a structured multi-source funding model to ensure long-term financial sustainability, positioning the national broadcaster to operate more effectively in a rapidly evolving media landscape. Cabinet has also endorsed a comprehensive package of reforms targeting the regulation of two-wheelers. These measures include the introduction of mandatory theory of road and on-road training and testing for riders. The Department of Transport will serve as the designated training authority alongside the rollout of a progressive licensing system with restrictions on engine capacity and defined upgrade conditions. Stricter enforcement measures have also been approved. These include reinforcing the ban on stand-up electric scooters on public roads, setting limits on electric bicycle power and speed, and introducing mandatory helmet safety standards. In addition, Cabinet has approved a temporary moratorium on the issuance of new scooter and motorcycle licenses. This will be accompanied by a nationwide education and awareness campaign, as well as the drafting of the necessary legislation amendments to support the reforms. These decisions reflect the government's continued efforts to strengthen institutional frameworks, promote accountability, and enhance public safety.
The performance of children in various childcare services continue to show progress in their learning. This was highlighted in a presentation of the results of the Early Learning Readiness Assessment for 2025, which the Institute for Early Development, Childhood Development, ICD, has conducted. The results highlight progress and areas for improvement in early childhood education. They were presented in a forum facilitated by ICD, which brought together teachers, daycare, and kindergarten directors that also gave an important insight into best learning practices for children. ICD's Director of Research, Data Management, and Knowledge Production, Egbert Benstrong, who was among the officers who conducted the research presentation, said that despite the overall progress, significant gaps remain.
Daycares and other service providers have showed that children result-wise, their performance have continued to improve over the years, and last year it was the highest that we've seen. But we've seen strong parental involvement at this very early age, and we strongly encourage that as well. But also we have issues with boys' performance, children still remaining at home at this early age, not following a structured program. They are lagging behind. Hopefully the respective primary schools will gain much insights and work with ICD on how best we can proceed from what we have discovered from not only this year but previous year's assessment as well.
The Office of the President has announced the appointment of Dr. Bernard Valentin as chairperson of the University of Seychelles Council. Dr. Valentin currently serves as Special Advisor to the Minister for Health and previously held long-standing roles as Principal Secretary for Health. He has also served on several national and international bodies, including the Executive Board of the World Health Organization, and has prior experience with the University of Seychelles Council. The government says his expertise and leadership will support the continued growth of the University of Seychelles. The Minister for Foreign Affairs and the Diaspora has met with his counterpart from Equatorial Guinea ahead of the 11th Summit of the Organization of African, Caribbean and Pacific States. Minister Barry Faure is representing President Elmini at the summit. Discussions focused on strengthening bilateral relations and cooperation within the OACPS framework. Both sides agreed to pursue several key initiatives, including the establishment of a legal framework for cooperation, a visa waiver agreement, and the creation of a joint commission. This commission will explore collaboration in areas such as the blue economy, tourism, maritime security, hydrocarbons, and diaspora affairs. Clerks working with members of the National Assembly in the districts have completed a 5-day training program at the Guy Morel Institute. The training was designed to help them better understand and carry out their roles, particularly in relation to National Assembly work and engaging with the public. Key areas covered included strengthening practical skills, improving communications, and gaining a clearer understanding of parliamentary procedures. The aim is to enable the clerks to perform their duties more effectively, supporting both their MNAs and people within their districts. LDS MNA Bernard Georges and US MNA Audrey Vidot attended the closing ceremony where participants received their certificates. Representatives from various non-governmental organizations, NGOs, working in different domains such as the environment, social and faith-based sectors, took part in a workshop to strengthen their understanding of good governance. The workshop was organized by the Citizens Engagement Platform, CEPS. The workshop focused on helping these organizations to improve how they are run, promoting transparency, accountability, and proper decision-making so they can operate more effectively and responsibly. And with this, we end this news summary. Have a very pleasant evening.